No, my dear, you were sowing when you imagined. Imaginal acts are sowing. But we do not recognize our own harvest when we see the imaginal act projected on the screen of space. We say, I have never imagined a thing like that, but we must have, or we could not encounter it. So the act of imagining is sowing. And in its own good time, it crops out from that unseen journey and appears on the screen of space, and you see it, but you don't always recognize your harvest. But I'll tell you one thing, do not concern yourself with the means. Always go to the end, dwell in the end, and you'll hurt no one. But if you try to devise the means, you're, well, messing the whole thing up. I've had people say to me, I want that man and no other man. I said, no, you don't. You want to be happily married. You don't want that man or no man. Oh, yes, that man or no man. Then, of course, this always shocks them. I said, if he dropped dead right now, would you want to be married? Well, he isn't going to drop. I didn't ask you that. If he dropped dead right now, or if he's right this very moment accused of being the world's greatest thief or murderer, you still want him? Well, now, why ask those questions, Neville? I want that man. But you see, it isn't that man. They want to be happily married. Well, I have gone to so many weddings where it was either that man or none, and it wasn't that man. And they're embarrassed when they see me standing in the aisle, because it had to be that man or no man, and here it isn't that man at all. And they walk down. Myself from God. He only has one name, and I have the name. So I can't point elsewhere to say his will. The minute I say his will, I'm divorced from God. So I ask myself, what do you want, Neville? Now, because the whole vast world is yourself pushed out, you aren't going to injure anyone, but you can't deny that you still desire. You want something, so you want it. Well, you assume that you have it. And then let things happen. If it takes 1,000 or 10,000 to aid the birth of that assumption, then they'll be used. And they'll be used either knowingly or unknowingly. But if I have to wait to say,